This is a purpose project I did on the types of flow. What are the different types of flow? There are 3 different types of flow. There's laminar flow, transitional flow, and turbulent flow. What is flow? So you have 3 different types of flows. There's laminar, transitional, and turbulent. These are 3 ways liquid or gases can move. Also the way air can move over objects. Laminar flow. So this is the first type of flow. Laminar flow is when the water looks like it's not moving and is crystal clear. That is not what all laminar flow looks like, but some laminar flow, it can look more like you can tell a difference, maybe not as clear, or like maybe you can see different types of like different movements in it, but if it's still kind of clear, if it's kind of smooth, it's considered laminar flow. Whereas our opposite is turbulent flow. Turbulent flow is very crazy. It has lots of water molecules going in crazy patterns. So as you can see in this up here, we have all these strands of all these red strands. These are the water molecules, and they're all going crazy and all over the place, different types of currents. This means that nothing's really even, whereas if that was the laminar flow, then you would see everything go perfectly parallel, straight, as the way you think water would go through a pipe. And in the bottom right hand corner here, we have our whitewater rafting. So as you can see in this photo, there's just a bunch of water flying everywhere. This is turbulent flow because you see this stuff over here is going that way, this is going that way, this is going that way. So everything's going in different directions, smashing into each other. That means that everything is just chaotic, and that's turbulent flow because it's not really smooth at all. And transitional flow is the most confusing of the 3. It's an in-between of laminar and turbulent. So the way you'd see transitional flow in a pipe would be you'd have the outer rim, or close to the pipe, would be laminar, but inside the laminar flow you have turbulent flow. So as we can see up at this brink of the wave, you have white water, and white water usually means turbulent. So you have turbulent flow up here and turbulent flow crashing down here, and then at the very base of the wave, it's pretty smooth and would be relevantly clear if you look down into it. So that's laminar. But up here at the very top here, you can kind of see before it starts crashing, it looks smooth still, yet on the inside it's a lot more white water. So that means that this is transitional flow because you have all the currents and things inside that laminar flow. And since transitional flow is whenever turbulent flow is going to laminar or laminar is going to turbulent, it's whatever side it's going to, that's the side that wins this battle. So the wave comes up here, and then since it's going to go into turbulent flow, the turbulent flow that's inside this laminar flow bursts out of it. As you can see, this little line right here bursts out and becomes turbulent flow, and the laminar flow becomes turbulent flow too. So this is kind of the battle. It's a very short little time. As you can see over here, this is laminar, this is transitional, and this is turbulent. Reynolds number. So Reynolds number is the equation to find the flow of liquid. So Reynolds number is PVD/N. So it'd be fluid density times mean velocity times pipe diameter divided by the absolute viscosity of the fluid. So this would be how you would find what type of flow that this is. So you have a number that's less than 2,000, then you have a laminar flow. If you have something that's between 2,000 and 4,000, then you have transitional flow. Not always, but you do have transitional flow most of the time. And above 4,000, you have turbulent flow. So if the reason it's not always like transitional flow between 2,000 and 4,000 is it's such a quick little state that's in because it's changing and there's that battle happening, and whatever one wins, turbulent or laminar, is the one that really comes out. So it's not very long. So it's like laminar flow for a long time, and then maybe like transitional for about like a quarter of that time, and then turbulent for the rest of the time, or the other way around. So it's very small period, so it might not always be that. Fun facts. So NASA is using laminar flow in supersonic jets and trying to use less fuel. So as I said earlier, you can use laminar flow in air flow over objects. So as you can see, this jet's very laminar looking. You have a very sharp point to kind of, make the air come and then go out like this. And then you have the wings, which are very thin and come to a point so that the laminar or the air is not disturbed much whenever this object comes over it. And they try and make it as thin and as tiny as possible so it disturbs the least amount of air, which causes less drag and less fuel use. So this is hopefully in the future going to cut flight time from Europe to Asia by 50%, and they're also going to try and incorporate some of this technology into commercial aircrafts so that it'll cut down on the fuel usage so you can fly farther and faster. So I have some videos to show the way to show some laminar flow. So here's the first one. This is laminar flow, and this is really perfect laminar flow. You can't really see it moving. As you can see, it's pretty perfect laminar flow. And then in this video, he turns up the speed of the water, which is part of Reynolds number, so it makes it so that you have more of heavier flow and harder control, so you have turbulent flow. As you can see, it's very, not clear. Now, that's still it's a lot light, it's kind of in between, very light turbulence. There's not a lot of turbulence there at all because you can still see through it, but that is a lot more turbulent flow. Again, whitewater rafting is a perfect example of turbulent flow. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed laminar flow. It's a very cool project, and yeah, thank you.